you to a casino that is not on the Strip, but it has world-class cuisine.
We check out the restaurant of a Top Chef winner in LA.
We continue our best Chardonnay review, this time a low-cost favorite.
And margaritas are loaded with calories, but not this one. Undercover Jetsetter shows you how.
And we're getting close to see if the Americans can pull off the Euro-US Cup win. Hi everyone. Cheers. Welcome.
Cheers.
We begin in Las Vegas, but we are not on the Strip. We are at the M Hotel.
And the M is at the far southern end of Las Vegas Boulevard. In fact, if you're driving up from LA, this would be a great first detour.
So we're here at the M. It is a great place to stay off the Strip. It's a little closer to LA, but it has a real resort-like feel and a great spa on site.
Actually 20 minutes south on the Strip on Las Vegas Boulevard. So you're right, you do get to it first if you're driving up from LA. So there's a lot of folks who just kind of get off right there, and it's much easier and start your vacation in a quicker way.
And they do have a free shuttle to the Tropicana, which is on the Strip, as well as a free shuttle to the airport. And I just love the design. It's hip, it's modern, it opened in 2009.
And the M is a great place for restaurants and wine as well. So let's start our culinary tour with Anthony's Steakhouse. These are some of the best steaks in the city.
They really are, and they have prime cuts of meat, all kinds, cooked to perfection. Bone-in selections, as well as roasted meats like prime rib, and flame grilled on that broiler right there. You see them. They're dry aged and wet aged, and they're all raised at the Marnell family Double Fork Ranch. And then they're dry aged for 24 to 30 days before they cut into them, and that gives the steak a great flavor and a great feel.
Actually, we got a chance to sit near those steaks being made at the table we were at, and that was fabulous watching that.
Yeah, you really got to see how a great steak is cooked to perfection, and then these great cuts of beef that we had. And we started off with the lobster bisque soup, which was chunks of lobster. This was really delicious.
And none of the lobster came from Lake Mead, we were told.
We had the wet aged ribeye, and we had it cooked medium rare. It was perfectly done. It was so delicious. It really was flame grilled, and you'll see it was just cooked to perfection.
It was mouthwatering. Of course, the great thing about the ribeye is they got the nice little fat in there that just gives it such great taste.
And we had an array of side dishes. We chose the asparagus with garlic and lemon, fresh and delicious. And then the tater tots. This is a house special. It's shredded potatoes with cheddar and chives.
How do you get gourmet tater tots? I've never heard this before, and these were absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with cheese and potatoes, that's for sure. Now, we started with a Chardonnay. We had the A by Acacia from Carneros. This was very delicious.
Yeah, enjoyed that. Went really well, especially with the tater tots.
And then we had a Pinot from Monterey by Higher Ground. And we talked about the fact that Monterey has much fruitier Pinots. And then we had this Merlot by Skyfall from the Columbia Valley. This was rich. It really held up to the steak, didn't you think?
Yeah, it really held itself. Hey, talk about the fact what wasn't on the menu.
So not on the menu is the tomahawk of bison. It's incredible, and when you get there, just make sure you ask for it. It's part of the chef's butcher board of exotic meat specials. Ask for it, and they'll be happy to share it with you if they have it on the menu that day. It's well worth it.
All right, let's talk about the Hostel Grape. This is just a few steps away. This is the coolest wine bar I've been to in a while. This is a unique concept behind this wine cellar. It's a bar, but it's also a tasting room too. We actually enjoyed this.
Yeah, exactly. And you can also reserve it for private events. It opens at 5 p.m. It's not open on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. And they also have half off appetizers Wednesdays and Saturdays. All the tastings are done by you purchasing a card and then loading it with an amount that starts at $25. And all the wines are set up on carousels with the glasses above. So you can go and select your wine and taste and sample as much as you want and just reload your card anytime.
And this is great for the person who wants to try a wine that might be a little bit more expensive than what they want to gamble on and just get a quick taste of it, maybe an ounce or two. And to me, this was just a ton of fun.
It really was. And there's a huge selection of carousels. I mean, I would say about 20 carousels at least. And really, you can select 1 ounce, 2 ounce, or 3 ounce pours. And then, of course, if you want to splurge on a bottle, you can do that as well. But it really gives you the option of trying something that really is on your bucket list that you've never had because it's out of your pocketbook range, but now you get a chance to at least try 1 ounce.
And the food, this was a real surprise.
It really was, because we went for the wine and the whole cool wine tasting part, but then we tried this burrata and heirloom salad with tomatoes and arugula. Fabulous.
So go get docile at the hostile Grape. All right, next we head to the buffet. The buffet there is called Studio B. And this was fun. This was their seafood buffet. It's their specialty on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And this was a buffet that had a lot of buffet to it.
It's true, and for what you get, it really is reasonably priced. It's a great selection of seafood, all fresh, and you can choose from hot or chilled items. And they also have unlimited wine and beer, plus soft drinks, so you can enjoy yourself there and indulge. And like a buffet, it has the normal things that you love to have on a buffet. So you get to see a lot of different things, whether it be the macaronis, whether it be the different dishes, like this is like a paella. So there was a lot of good selection there for a lot of different people who would just want to chow down big time at a Vegas buffet. And there's healthy stuff too. We saw those salads, and these olives were great. They're tossed with fresh herbs. It was really delicious, and artichokes. And then they also have carved meats too.
If it's a buffet, you got to have prime rib.
And they also have lamb and pork.
Not to mention the oysters.
Oh yeah, well you got to have fresh oysters if you're having a seafood buffet, that's for sure.
And then there is the pool. This is a great pool. Again, this is off the strip, but you get some great views there.
You really do, and they have live music. Check the calendar for events on that. And we will have a lot more off-the-strip stuff for you in future shows.
And we mentioned at the top of the show, Los Angeles. A lot of people driving here. It's only about a 4-hour ride. But when we come back, we're actually going to go back to La La Land to meet an award-winning chef in his new restaurant. We take you to LA, where a chef wins Top Chef on Bravo.
And that allows him to write his own ticket in Delicious Inc. Inc. is a conceptually unique and creative restaurant. It's the brainchild of Chef Michael Voltaggio, who may be best known as the winner of Season 6 on Top Chef by Bravo. Both the food and the experience delight your senses. It's progressive and ultra-modern LA, which has become a fabulous food town. The concept behind Inc. is all about bringing people together for collaboration, and that's exactly what happens when you order. We kicked things off with one of their signature cocktails called simply Vodka, a refreshing combo that included not only vodka, but mint, cucumber, and lime with one long block of ice in the middle. Everything comes on small plates and is made to share. The chefs have them brought to your table in the order of how you should taste them. We made a list so we wouldn't forget, and we really did collaborate. First, they brought the beef tartare, Hearts of palm, sea bean, chimichurri, and horseradish complemented this delightful beef tartare that was absolutely superb. The food is flawlessly executed while being playful and visually stunning. Next, we had egg yolk gnocchi, billowy soft little pillows of egg yolks and mushroom brown butter served with hen of the woods, a beautiful woodsy wild mushroom. You know I loved this one. Smoked albacore, wrapped around avocado with toasted bread flakes and lime leaf oil, absolutely scrumptious and melted in your mouth. These oysters came a half a dozen for the table, delightfully briny and fresh from the ocean, topped with a tangy mignonette of minced shallots, cracked pepper, and vinegar. This was a table favorite, incredibly fresh and delicious. We tasted 2 wines, an oaky Chardonnay from the Russian River and an earthy red Carignan from the Languedoc region. Then branzino, a beautifully cooked fresh fish, crispy outside, moist inside, accompanied with roasted cauliflower, capers, and fermented grape. This was another table favorite, super delicious. Smoked burrata, lemon dressing, and puffed anchovy. It's called Little Gems and it's divine. Even if you don't like anchovy, you'll love this. Dungeness crab rice, another truly unique dish and fun for any foodie. They toss it with dashi and it makes the flavor here so incredible. Dashi is like a Japanese broth like miso that brings that great umami flavor. These salt and charcoal potatoes with house-made sour cream and black vinegar give you a fun time to play with your food. Yes, you have permission, and you can make a mess if you want to. Try and taste as many combos as your mind comes up with. It's a multi-sensory experience with all the ingredients being super fresh and of the highest quality. Last was the flat iron steak, perfectly seared and topped with hearts of palm, braised in white wine broth and shallots, called a barigoule, a traditional Provençal dish being reinvented here, and then served with a side of seaweed potatoes. Those were yummy and again a creative indulgence that will send any foodie to foodie heaven. As soon as you have a chance, visit Inc. Go there, try everything. We promise you will be pleasantly amazed and your palate delighted. You'll find Inc. on Melrose Boulevard in Los Angeles on the west side. They're open for dinner every day starting at 6 p.m.
Now, small plates are really in. It's a lot of fun. Is that a trend?
It is. It's a very big trend right now. And at Inc., they're all about convergence. People coming together, uniting, collaboration. And I think it's a very disruptive concept. It really works well there. Small plates, you're sharing, you're talking about the food, and it really makes it all about the food. And it's very, very fun to do that.
Well, a margarita can be disruptive to your diet, but when we come back, we're going to give you the Undercover Jetsetter Skinny Margarita. That's coming up.
And a time-tested Chardonnay after that. Oh my God.
Good,
that is fabulous. I can't believe this is a skinny, low-calorie drink.
Well, and one of the reasons why the Skinny Margarita is getting so popular is because usually when you had margaritas with the store-bought stuff or even at restaurants, high in sugar, a lot of calories. So people got away from that, so they said, okay, let's make the Skinny Margarita. So how do you make a Skinny Margarita? It's actually pretty easy. And of course you gotta have tequila, and this is the tequila we got from Costco, and this is just a good sipping tequila.
It's very good. It's añejo, which I know, I'm not a tequila aficionado, but I know añejo is very good.
Did you call somebody an añejo?
Don't even get started.
Okay.
The day's early.
That's right.
I need more Skinny Margarita.
So primarily what the ingredients are in this is you need freshly squeezed lime,
freshly squeezed oranges. I made some simple syrup, add that in there, and then this is the agave sweetener, which is the organic kind, which is really good. And primarily those are the
we got that at
ingredients.
Trader Joe's.
We got that at Trader Joe's.
So it's a blend of Costco and Trader Joe's.
So for the most part, all you do is you squeeze the limes out. And for each drink, it's about 2.5 ounces of lime juice. And then it is about 2 ounces of orange juice. So you make that first. Then you put the tequila in a mixer, and I did it in a mixer like a martini. I just think it's easier that way. A lot of people like to do the kind where you put it in the blender and you make it frozen. That's great for the summer. I think you lose the taste of the tequila.
Yeah,
I think the way the margarita was supposed to be made was to be made on the rocks. So I do it like it's a martini. 2 ounces of tequila in, then the 2 ounces of lime juice, 2 ounces of orange juice. You can put whatever you want as far as the simple syrup goes. I put in a tablespoon of simple syrup, and then I put in a teaspoon of the agave, mixed it together. I took the lime wedge and I rubbed the edge of the glass, put it in salt, put some ice in, and then just pour it. And so this is what you get. Now some people who really want that overly sweet margarita, this is not it.
Yeah,
Would you
this
agree?
is like tangy, but it's so full of great fresh fruit. And I want to mention, it's a skinny margarita because you made the simple syrup with stevia,
That's right.
not sugar, which makes it super healthy, to be honest. It's very healthy and skinny.
Yeah, and one of the things that I do, it wouldn't be necessarily be a skinny margarita, and one of the things that I have founded over the years is I put a little apricot brandy in it. It makes a very distinct margarita. You can't get it in any Mexican restaurant. So if you want to wow your friends about something that's distinct and unique that you have in your house, put a little apricot brandy in there. So that's what this is, and this is low in calorie. If you just get the Jose Cuervo mix in the store, just the mix itself, just an ounce, is like 110 calories.
Oh yeah, that thing's nothing but sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, having the fresh fruit, having the stevia, you're mixing it all in a martini shaker, so you don't even need a blender if you don't have a blender. And I mean, to be honest, I like all my drinks on the rocks. I don't really like anything blended because it just gets that chill and you can't really taste it, like you said. But this is absolutely fabulous. It's nice and tangy, sweet. You know, you could drink these all day long, to be honest.
Yeah, and for other people who love the burnt taste of the tequila, put a little bit more tequila in there and a little bit less of the lime and the orange juice.
Sure.
So
yeah.
you kind of get those three combos in there. Some people love the extra burnt. I'm actually that way too. I like a little bit extra of that burnt. I want to taste my tequila in my margarita.
Yeah, I want tequila with limes and oranges and stevia. Cool. Perfect. I love it.
Welcome back, and we have another installment in our Best Chardonnay series, and this is an old favorite.
Oh yeah, and you'll be shocked at how incredibly affordable it is.
And we chose this one, the Columbia Crest, not only because of the great flavor, but it's just so affordable.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you've never tried Columbia Crest, you have to go out and get a bottle and try it. It's $6.99 at Trader Joe's, depending on where you're located in Trader Joe's. It could be $7.99, $8.99, $9.99 tops is probably what it's going to be at the regular grocery store. It's well worth it. I was shocked. I had never tried this wine, and you actually introduced it to me. Yeah, and I was surprised.
And the line of introduction actually goes back to my buddy John O'Hurley from Seinfeld fame and Dancing with the Stars, and he was putting on a dinner party at his house in Hollywood, and he asked me to attend. We've been good friends for many years, and he asked if I could come over and help him ahead of time. So I did, and one of the things he said, could you open the line for everybody? And it was just boxes of Columbia Crest. And I tried it, and I thought, oh, this is really good. And then when I found out it was only about $6, $7 a bottle, but it's actually one of the great things to do if you are having a big dinner party and you've got to serve the wine. Mm-hmm. This is a great wine. It goes with almost everything.
Yeah, it really does, and it's again a buttery oaky wine. You'll be shocked how buttery oaky it is. It tastes like an expensive bottle of wine. I've served this at Thanksgiving ever since I discovered it, every single year. And people think I've spent a ton of money on the Chardonnay, because, you know, we have a variety, of course, of wine, but Chardonnay being one of them.
And they're like, oh, what is this? They're blown away when I tell them it's Columbia Crest and the price of it. I mean, it's you're absolutely right. Perfect for a large dinner party, a cocktail party, Thanksgiving, anytime you're having a lot of people over. And it's impressive what they've done with this wine. It really is.
And this is from Washington State, from the Columbia River Valley. And so it's not your typical big California Chardonnay. This is from Washington State, and Washington, Oregon, and California all have great grapes and give you some really good wines. And this is one of them. And this is just a great staple standby to have in your house all the time.
And when you smell it, just the aroma of it, you get that vanilla, you get the oak, you get that creme brulee right off the top. So, if you love those flavors and that kind of a flavor profile, you will love this wine. And for the price, you cannot beat it. Now, we had actually pulled a couple of things down from the internet on their tasting notes. They explain apples, melons, characteristics of creme brulee, caramelized sugar, and butterscotch. That's exactly what we get too. I mean, it's so true. And then they do have some orchardy kind of notes in there of the ripe fruit, which is a nice balance to it. It's pretty complex wine, really, for the price.
Yeah, I think so. And the good thing about all the Chardonnays that we are showing you on this series of the greatest Chardonnays in the world, that what we think they are, they're all complex. What was interesting about this that I didn't realize was it is 1% Riesling.
Yes, and we never knew that, but 99% Chardonnay grape and 1% Riesling. I guess it makes sense when you think about this wine and where the grapes are grown. It's, a different region for Chardonnay. It's not Napa Valley, but where they're growing the grapes, they do get a nice fog. They have a nice climate for the Chardonnay grape, but blending the Riesling in there is really brilliant. I mean, I think it just cuts through the acidity of how the grapes would turn out if it was just Chardonnay.
And then just a little bit of that fruity sweetness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just to finish it off. Yeah, so it's really delicious. If you've never tried it, it's worth it just to buy a bottle. Somebody in your household will love it, or a guest at some point. So just get it and pick it up and try it.
So it's Columbia Crest Chardonnay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Enjoy.
Now, when we come back, we will dive into the penultimate round of the Euro-US Cup.
Yes. Will the Euros hold on? Stay tuned.
Now, in previous shows, we showed you the beauty of TPC Sawgrass through the Euro-US Cup.
But in this episode, we're going to get into the play.
Day 4 at the Euro-US Cup took place at the famed TPC Sawgrass, the U.S. in red, the Euros sitting pretty in blue. The U.S. trailed 14-10, needing a big day to keep the Euros from hitting 16 before tomorrow's second day of singles matches. I drew 12 handicapper Thorbjorn Anderson, who was hot out of the gates, but his driver got the hooks, and my ball striking overcame 5 3-putt greens to give me a 2-up victory. The real winner, though, was...
So have I brought your game down? The course. That's pretty much.
Little downwind as well, though.
It wasn't the Gators either, it was the lack of course knowledge, but that didn't hurt most of the Euros as Big Blue held on to their commanding lead.
Oh yeah, it burns me.
Again, it was the high handicappers doing the damage, but no surprise to their captain.
Well, not that surprised, because I saw they had some nice rounds before coming here, so I knew that it could be that way.
So the European football tradition of swapping shirts seemed to acknowledge the Euros had prevailed, but the naked truth was that a miracle at King and Bear course on day 5 could happen.
And we will have more on the final day of the Euro-US Cup competition.
Now, you won your match, but do you find yourself competing more with the course or with your European competitors?
That's a really good point. I did not play that well, and Thorbjorn, who was my competitor, he really had a horrible day. So it was more, you're playing the course first, and then your competition. So, but it was a great place to play. And it's horrible when you're playing on a great course like that and you don't play well.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you can have your own event just like that. Just go to jetsetterdeals.com. They'll take care of you. They'll hook you up with great deals. It's easy and affordable, and we are giving it to you as an exclusive deal for our viewers of this show.
All you have to do is just go to Twitter at UCFoodieTV and then hashtag Undercover Jetsetter.
Tweet us.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you next time.